Hello students, in today's lecture we will discuss the remaining part of the story, The Telltale Heart, written by Edgar Allan Poe. Yesterday we discussed that the narrator means who is the person who is telling us the story. He is irritated by the yellow and blue colored vulture like eye of the old man with whom he lives. Because of his very eye, because of the eye of that old man, the narrator wants to kill him. It shows his insanity. He attempts for 7 nights to go into the room of that old man and to murder him, but he fails every time. Let us today continue with the same story. On the eighth night, the old man awakens after the narrator's hand slips and makes a noise, interrupting the narrator's nightly ritual. When, for 7 nights, he couldn't commit the murder of that old man, on eighth night he tries again to go into the room of that old man and to kill him. But when he goes into his room, the hand of narrator slips and it makes a noise. The old man is awakened by that noise, and for the eighth night, on the eighth night also, narrator feels that he cannot commit the murder or he cannot kill that old man today also. The narrator does not draw back and after some time decides to open the lantern. But narrator decides that he will not go back from the room of that old man, and he decides to lit up the lantern in the room of that old man. A single thin ray of light shines out and lands precisely on the evil eye, revealing that it is wide open. When he lifts up the lantern, when the narrator lifts up the lantern, the ray of light of that lantern shines out on the evil eye, on the vulture like eye of that old man, which is wide open now. Hearing the old man's heart beating loudly and dangerously fast from terror, the narrator decides to strike, jumping out with a loud yell and smothering the old man with his own bed. When the narrator hears the fast heart beating, the loud heartbeat of that old man due to terror. Terror means because the old man was afraid of the person who entered into his room. When the narrator hears the loud heartbeat and due to terror, the narrator decides to strike, to jump out with loud scream. Yell means scream with loud cry. He decides to strike the old man by jumping over him with loud cries and smothering the old man with his own bed. He decides to smother. Smother means to smash, kuchal dena, to smash the old man with his own bed. The narrator then dismembers the body. Thus, he murders the old man by jumping over him and by smashing him with his own bed. He kills the old man. After that, what does he do? The narrator then dismembers. Dismember means to cut into pieces. Then the narrator dismembers the body. He cuts into pieces to the body of that old man after killing him and conceals the pieces under the floorboards. After cutting his body into pieces, he conceals. Conceal means to hide, chupa dena. He conceals the pieces under the floorboards. He hides the pieces of that old man's body under the floorboards and ensures the concealment of all signs of the crime. And he thinks that there is no sign left of that crime. He ensures himself that he has hidden or he has concealed every sign of the murder or the crime which he has committed. Even so, the old man's scream during the night causes a neighbor to report to the police. When the narrator kills the old man, one of his neighbors hears the scream, the cry of that old man, and that neighbor then reports to the police, who the narrator invites in to look around. But to that neighbor, the narrator invites into his home to look around, to have a look in his house. The narrator claims that the scream heard was the narrator's own in a nightmare and that the man is absent in the country. But the narrator tells that neighbor and the policeman that the scream which his neighbor has heard at night was narrator's own scream, that he himself cried at night due to a nightmare, due to a bad dream, and that the man is absent in the country. He also told his neighbor and the policeman that the old man was absent in the country. He has gone somewhere in the country. Confident that they will not find any evidence of the murder, the narrator brings chairs for them and they sit in the old man's room. The narrator is so confident that the policeman will not be able to find any evidence. Evidence means proof. He is so confident that the policeman won't be able to find any proof of the murder of that old man, so that he brings the chairs for them, for the policeman to sit, and they means the policeman sit in the old man's room. They sit on the chairs in the old man's room. The chairs are placed on the very spot where the body is concealed. The narrator puts the chairs on the very spot where the body of that old man is concealed. Concealed means hidden under the floorboards. The police suspect nothing and the narrator has a pleasant and easy manner. The police narrator leaves no sign of the murder, so the police is unable to suspect anything, and the narrator has a pleasant and easy manner. He is very comfortable with the policeman while replying to their queries. The narrator begins to feel uncomfortable, but after some time, the narrator who has killed the old man, he begins to feel uncomfortable and notices a ringing in the narrator's ears. Then he hears a voice. He hears a sound of something ringing. As the ringing grows louder, the narrator comes to the conclusion that it is the heartbeat of the old man coming from under the floorboards. When the ringing sound grows louder in the narrator's ears, he comes to the conclusion that the sound is of the heartbeat of that old man. When the sound of when the ringing sound grows louder into the ears of the narrator comes to the conclusion that it is the sound of heartbeat of that old man whom he has hidden under the floorboards. The sound increases steadily to the narrator, though the officers seem to pay no attention to it. The sound increases with the as the time passes. The policemen, the officers of the police, pay no attention to it. They seem that they have paid no attention to it. Terrified by the violent beating of the heart and convinced that the officers are aware not only of the heartbeat but also of the narrator's guilt, the narrator breaks down and confesses. But the sound is increasing. The sound increases steadily to the ears of the narrator. Terrified by the violent beating of the heart, the narrator thinks that it is the sound of the violent, the fast beating of the heart of that old man, and convinced, he thinks that the police officers, are aware not only of the heartbeat of that old man but also of the narrator's guilt. He thinks that the policemen know everything about the crime he has committed in killing that old man. Then he breaks down and confesses. When he thinks that the policemen know everything about the crime he has committed, he breaks down and he confesses his guilt, his crime, in front before the policeman. The narrator tells them to tear up the floorboards. When he confesses his crime, he tells the police officers to tear up the floorboards, to remove the floorboards, to reveal the remains of the old man's body. He tells them to remove the floorboards so that they will be able to find the pieces of old man's body. So, the story, The Telltale Heart, it has themes of guilt and madness. The narrator is seemingly unable to cope with his guilt and eventually confesses everything to the police. By doing so, by confessing his crime, he ruins his perfect crime, of which he has left no sign. The narrator's sanity is also in question. He doesn't seem to be sane because his justifications for killing the old man and his actions throughout the story suggest that the narrator has in fact descended into madness. The reasons for which he kills the old man and his actions throughout the whole story are a sign of his madness. So the story has the themes of guilt and madness. So this was the remaining part of the story, The Telltale Heart. Tomorrow we will continue with our next lecture. Thank you very much.